Hello and welcome along to another edition of Center Court, a Spinnaker production. My name is Jacob Lovelace.
And my name is Madison Consuegra. And today on Center Court, we will be covering the end to the UNF basketball season. It was a hard-fought season, so let's dive right in with our first win against our hometown rivals, JU.
Yeah, it was right before the end of the season. Last game of the regular season, got a lot of things rolling. It was a very good game. And Coach Driscoll said after the game, and I think this is the story of the game, that he was thrilled for Aaron Bodiger because he's a guy that has just stuck to the plan and done what they have asked him to do. And all of a sudden, he gets in hot.
Oh, yeah.
6 3-pointers in that first half against JU, and I think that was pretty much the story of that game.
Oh, yeah, definitely. I mean, Aaron Bodiger, he showed up during just the end of the season, during especially the Atlantic Sun, just quarterfinals, semifinals, and championships. So for a senior, he's going to leave us, but he ended his season strong, his very last season with the Ospreys, and you know what? We have to thank him for that, so thank you, Aaron Bodiger.
Yeah, ended the season definitely on the right foot, and this is kind of a cool story. So I was talking to Coach Driscoll after that game against JU, and so Bo Beach, playing in the D-League, got hurt, right? And he's out for the season, so he came back to UNF, and he's been working out, rehabbing, all that kind of stuff at UNF, and he was actually working with Aaron Bodiger on a shot and stuff. And the first game back, hits 6 3-pointers, and it was like all is well with Aaron Bodiger again. So it was really, really cool to see that, and a cool story as far as that goes.
Definitely a cool story. Thank you, Bo Beach, for coming back and helping out Aaron.
Yeah, much appreciated for sure. Much appreciated.
That definitely led us to the 8th consecutive win over JU. River City Rumble, it's always good to win those, right?
Yeah, very cool. The seniors never lost to him, so very cool that the seniors walked out of here never losing to JU. Dallas Moore had 25 points in the game, kind of a typical night for him. And Aaron Bodiger, a career high with 20 points. As I mentioned, the 6 3-pointers. So really the story of that game was those two guys. I mean, they carried the team.
They did, and for two seniors. And then we also had Chris Davenport and Wajida Minu were key for defense because of their rebounds. Those two are always on the rebounds. Chris Davenport had 8 and Wajida Minu had 9. You know, they're very important to our team, and I just think it's key to have those rebounds, because if we didn't, then what would happen?
Yeah, it was huge. Those two guys, even when they're not filling up the box score with points, a lot of times there's rebounds, there's blocks, all kinds of stuff. So they provide the team with a whole lot more other than points, and they definitely did that in this game as well.
They did. But congratulations to the seniors. Unfortunately, they will be leaving. And, I mean, Aaron Horn did well, too. He had 8 rebounds as well.
Yeah, it was everybody kind of pitching in, and that's the kind of things that you need to do, especially a rivalry game. It was a really close game, probably closer than most people expected. But that finished up the regular season, so there was a lot of cool honors that came in after the regular season. So we can take a look at this graphic here with all the ASUN honors. Dallas Moore, 2nd straight player of the year.
And Wajida Minu, freshman of the year.
Yeah, freshman of the year for him. Garrett Sams was on the all-freshman team. And then Aaron Bodiger making the all-academic team. So all kinds of awards for this team, and really showing the good work that they've done all year. Exactly.
So, I mean, honestly, it was Wajida Minu being freshman of the year, because he has shown up the whole entire season. Him and Garrett Sams really are they were outstanding players this whole entire season. They started, and you know what? They are the future of this team.
Yeah, they were very consistent all year, and they really grew up fast. So early in the year, they struggled a little bit. Really, as the team did, the team struggled a whole lot at the beginning of the season. And all of a sudden, those young guys really stepped up, filled those roles, and all of a sudden, once conference play hit, you wouldn't have even known they were freshmen anymore. So really cool to see from them.
Oh, yeah, no. And congratulations to everyone.
All those guys, a lot of honors.
I know, a lot of honors. And you know what? It's great end to just Atlantic Sun Conference play, and then we head into the tournament.
Yeah, exactly. So the tournament started, and it was really interesting is they got matched up with JU again. So they played JU on a Thursday night. The ASUN Conference tournament starts on a Monday, and all of a sudden they're playing the same team on a Monday. So let's go ahead and take a look at those highlights, see how that game shaped up. Really good game, really entertaining game. Came down to the wire if we could get the highlights to play. Look at this, Dallas Moore early in the game. Determined not to lose. A big-time 3-pointer. There he is again. He had 37 points in that game.
He was hot, and look at him. He stole the ball, and now he dominates in the paint and outside.
Look at this floor. Look how he gets it to go. Body twisted and turned. Still finds a way to get it to go. And watch this touchdown pass. Go deep, Dallas, says Chris. And then the slam. Slams it home. Dallas Moore showing he has some hops as well.
Oh, yeah. And then there's JU. Again, I mean, they had some great plays, honestly. We can't ignore that.
Yeah, they fought back in this game. Down 10 at one point. You see J.R. Holder with a slam there. They fought back, and look at this dunk. throws it
Beautiful.
down with the foul. Holy cow.
Yeah.
But they fought their way back in it, but it was just a
did.
little too late. Dallas Moore takes over the game in the fourth
There
quarter.
he goes again with another floater. He just, in the paint, always. And again, there you go. 3-point shot, beautiful.
Takes over this game. What? Pump fake,
Again.
nails the three. All kinds of good stuff there from Dallas Moore. Look at the emotion he's showing. Doesn't typically do that, but playoff basketball is a different time.
It is a different time. And then there's Garrett Sams with that 3-pointer. And
Really the dagger there. Puts them up by 4, right? And then that last shot by JU got them within 1, but it just wouldn't be enough. We ended up winning by 3 points. Gosh, what a game that was.
Oh my gosh,
Really
the
fun
energy
game.
was incredible. Everyone was screaming. It was so much fun. And you know what? That's what a quarterfinal game should be like.
That's what it's all about. And Coach Driscoll said that after the game. He said, it was truly a great night of college basketball. The atmosphere was electric. I can't be more proud of our guys and their effort in rebounding, taking care of the basketball. But man, the effort, gosh, the arena. I mean, you were at the game. What an atmosphere it was. The fans really came out in a big number, and gosh, they were loud too.
Oh my gosh, I know. I thought I was going to go deaf. But you know what? That's what it's about. And it was just a fantastic game. Again, it was so close. It was 77-74, Both teams really wanted it, but JU just couldn't get it together, which is good for us. So
Yeah, it was good.
I wasn't upset about it.
No, not at all. But really what college basketball is all about, playoff basketball, and really JU an underdog fighting back in this game, making it a close game, really fun to watch. But the story was Dallas Moore. I mean, you could tell from the beginning of this game, this wasn't going to be Dallas's last game. He was determined to not make this last game. And we're talking about 37 points, 7 rebounds, 3 assists. We're talking about the 6'1" point guard getting 7 rebounds. If that shows you his will to win in this game. And there was times in the game where he just took over. And he took over the game, and it was his game, and he wasn't going to lose it.
And you know what? That's what Coach Driscoll has been saying to him all season. He says, take control, Dallas.
Be aggressive.
Exactly, because Dallas, he said, has a tendency to pass it and let his teammates do the job. But you know what? If he can do it, just do it, Dallas. It's
exactly.
That's important.
Yeah, so in this game, really cool. It breaks another record. It's like every game, another record for Dallas Moore, it seems like. It broke the single-season ASUN conference scoring record. In that game, he had 775 points, so he clips that mark, breaking a record that was set in 1985.
God.
So, I mean, these kind of things don't happen a whole lot.
No.
Obviously, a joy to watch him play the last few years here. Sad to see him leave, but gosh, capping off a great career.
Oh my gosh, yes. At UNF, maybe there's an NBA career in his future. It's to be determined for Dallas Moore.
Definitely going to stay tuned and see how that plays out.
Yes.
But gosh, another record for him. But that led us into the
quarterfinals.
The semifinals.
The semifinals, yes, against Lipscomb.
Yeah, had to travel to Nashville to play Lipscomb. Really a game that was all Ospreys, start to finish. And the story, man, here was just 3-pointers. So if we could take a look, and you'll see in the highlights that we'll show 3-pointer after 3-pointer.
After 3.
And it was both teams early on showing that they could shoot the 3 ball.
It was. And you know what? I mean, so there we go. Lipscomb, they did fight hard, but there we go is Garrett Sams.
Garrett Sams, a big-time 3-pointer there. He was fired up. But Lipscomb, I mean, this was the story early on in the game. The first 8 shots from both teams that were made in this game, all 3-pointers. You see Moran here knocking it down from the top of the key. So look at the bench, loving it. Love that reaction from them.
The back and forth, and then there we go. Garrett Sams again. He did not miss one of his 3-point shots. I think he had 4, and he did not miss one.
Yeah, and that's really look at everybody getting in on these 3-point shots. I mean, everybody. Garrett Sams
again,
exactly.
There he goes, just keeps hitting them, and he's not giving up. No one wants to give up. There we go, Dallas Moore in the paint, dominating, of course.
Yeah, and that, Osborne Blunt with a 3. And that's, to me, everybody in this game was stepping up. A very balanced attack for the Ospreys. Dallas Moore did his thing with 18 points. But everybody else, everybody chipping in. You see Aaron Bodger again for 3. It was like
I know.
3s out of everywhere. The first 10 shots the Ospreys made were 3-pointers, and then the dunk from Aaron Horn right there to cap it off. And the Ospreys would pull away late. Lipscomb made it a 6-point game at the end, but the score wasn't indicative of that game. UNF blew them out, and really the story, 3-pointers. Holy cow!
I know, that was just 3-pointer after 3-pointer, and you know what? That's what games. Every game has been different during these.
Different story to every game, which is really cool. And obviously this one, everybody making 3-pointers. It seemed like we have a graphic here, and you saw the highlights, but to put it in better perspective with this graphic, we had 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6 guys make a three-pointer. Wajid Aminu made the first one of the game, and he's not necessarily the best three-point shooter in the world, not necessarily what he's known for.
No.
And he makes that first three-pointer of the game, and I don't know what it was, but it must have been a lot of confidence for the team after that.
And we had, if you look at it, we had 5 guys with double digits.
That's awesome.
They showed up. Honestly, they played like a team. They played like a unit, circulated the ball really well across the court. They got it into the little holes in their defense, and that was able for Dallas Moore to drive it into the paint more, and then Aaron Horn to make that dunk. Like, they needed those little holes and to circulate the ball well, just work like a team. So they got it done.
And for whatever reason, it seemed like they just had Lipscomb's number this season. Lipscomb went 11-3 in the ASUN regular season, so had a really good record, but 2 of those losses were to North Florida. So for whatever reason, UNF just had their number. Obviously, they traveled to Nashville and gave it to them again. So it was really cool to see. Just for whatever reason, the Ospreys had their number. That win put them into the ASUN Conference Championship. But just so much good coming from this game. Really, early on it was close. Then the Ospreys capped off the first half with a long run, built a lead at halftime, and was able to sustain it throughout.
And Lipscomb really showed up too. I mean, Garrison Matthews, he had 29 points.
Yeah, he's a big-time scorer for them.
Yeah, so it was great effort from both teams. That was definitely a 3-point game, and you know what? It was fun to watch, and that led us into the championship game against FGCU.
And what a great atmosphere! I got the chance to go down to Alico Arena in Fort Myers to be there for the ASUN championship against Florida Gulf Coast, and the atmosphere was electric. It was a packed house. Got to sit with with the UNF section. It was really cool. Gosh, we were loud in that first half, Things going our way in the first half, really cool to see. Not so much in the second half.
I know. Unfortunately, we lost 61-77. God, what an end to the season, though. I wanted to go, but I'm glad you got to go because it looked incredible. I was sitting there watching it from my TV, and I was screaming like they could hear me. I was about to call Coach. I had his number ready. I was
ready to go.
Ready to go. Like, what are you doing?
What's going on here?
Because it was just, what killed us during that game was our lack of free throws. We missed so many free throws, and honestly, we didn't turn the ball over so much, but it was just FGCU capitalizing on all of our turnovers. So there's that, and then they just dominated with height. I think that their players are just, they're so tall.
Their big men really dominated this game, and so there was a lot of that going on. But you mentioned the turnovers, and I had this stat here. Florida Gulf Coast had 23 points off of turnovers.
Yeah.
UNF only had 7, so I think that was a big key to this game. And then you can also look at points in the paint. Really, Florida Gulf Coast dominated in the paint, almost doubled us in the paint. So there's some things that was really indicative of this game. And what's interesting, the first and second half we were almost flip-flop. Florida Gulf Coast in the first half couldn't make a shot, where it looked like we were just making everything. In the second half, it couldn't be more reversed. We'll dive on in a little bit more into the game, talk about the second half a little bit more when we come back.
So that's it for now, but stay with us because after the break, we will touch on what has been going on with UNF baseball, and then we will continue with, of course, the championship game.
Well, we also have a lot of injuries going on in the NBA, some big-time stars going down. Kevin Durant got hurt, so we'll talk about what that means for the Golden State Warriors, as well as what's coming up with the NFL season. It's March, but the calendar year starts this week. A whole lot of stuff going on, so stick with us here on
Thank you for sticking with us on Spinnaker Television. There's much more to discuss, so let's jump right into, again, what we were talking about, the Atlantic Sun.
Yeah, let's talk about this second half a little bit, because really the tides turned. UNF was up 39-33 in this championship game at the break, and then really the tides turned. First play of the second half, and one for Florida Gulf Coast. Really got the crowd into it, and from there,
the momentum just began. Like, they just took off. Unfortunately, and you know what, it happens. UNF they just they just double teamed Dallas the whole entire time during the second half.
That's
and
true.
He just could not get it going. Like, he found his way into the paint a couple times, but he couldn't hit a three. Like, he just couldn't connect with the basket, and that's because of their defense. Their defense dominated.
Yeah, that's true, and their defense dominated us, and we got a graphic here and showed the North Florida shooting percentages in the first half. We shot 50% in the first half, was able to hit 5 of 12 threes, but then second half, not so much. Things really changed. Shot 19% in the second half, really struggled, had a 6-minute scoring drought at one point, so offensively really couldn't get it going. It was almost just the complete opposite from the first half.
Oh, yeah.
Florida Gulf Coast struggled offensively in the first half. It was like they couldn't miss in the second half, and really the vice versa for us. So.
I know, and the amount of dunks, it was Dunk City.
It was Dunk City.
It really was Dunk City.
They earned that name for sure.
They did, and you know what, congratulations, but I just wonder what is next for UNF basketball now with Dallas Moore gone. That makes me kind of nervous.
They'll have some stuff to figure out. It was interesting talking about Dallas Moore. Late in this game, there's probably 6-7 minutes left. It was like every game, we've watched Dallas all year. He has times where he just takes over a game, and you can almost sense it. Where he's like, all right, this is my turn. I'm taking over now, right?
Yep.
And he had this point where, he made this dude literally fall on his backside and made a shot.
Yep.
And we get within 7 points, and it was all of a sudden, okay, we're, for as bad as we've played, we're still in it. We have a chance.
We might turn around.
Exactly. And then we get a steal. Dallas Moore's on the break, and he pulls up from three, and we've seen him do it so many times this season where it's like, that's exactly what he needs. He hits that, and we're within 4. Him taking over the game, it really would have changed the momentum. He missed that three-pointer. Right after that, Florida Gulf Coast hits 2 3-pointers in a row. And from there, that kind of sealed the deal.
It did, and unfortunately, he just couldn't connect with the basket again. So, that ends an amazing career for Dallas Moore here at UNF. He finished with 19 points in the game, and you know what? For being pretty much double-teamed the whole entire second half, that's not bad.
True.
That's, you know what? He still found his way to the basket. He gave the performance of a lifetime, and we will look forward to seeing him hopefully again.
Look forward to keeping up with his future. But that'll do it for UNF basketball this season. That's what we've got for you. Let's stick with UNF here. The baseball team was in action this weekend, so let's take a look at the scores for the baseball team. Friday night, winning 6-0 against Pennsylvania.
They
Saturday,
won all 3 games.
Won all 3 games.
3-2.
Saturday, 3-2. And then Sunday, 7-3. So really dominated this weekend. Got the weekend series sweep. They played JU Wednesday at JU. So stay tuned for that. We'll obviously keep you up. Anytime there's a River City Rumble going on, we got to talk about it.
Of
so
course.
Wednesday night, keep up with that. They play at JU at 6 o'clock Wednesday night.
Yep, and then we're going to jump into just NBA injuries. So, of course, Kevin Durant, huge. He tore his, but MCL sprain, and he's been out. There's talk about him returning for playoffs. Hopefully he will, but the Warriors have been faring quite well without him because they won 119-111. Andre Iguodala really stepped up Sunday. With 24 points. So.
A lot of people are talking about the future of, what's going to happen with Golden State the rest of this season. Honestly, I'm not worried about it. This is a team that played in the finals the 2 years before Kevin Durant got there.
Exactly.
So I know he's probably one of their best players, probably their best player, but not too worried when you still have Steph Curry, Klay Thompson, Draymond Green, Andre Iguodala. They got plenty there to pick up where they left off. So.
Yep. And then there's also Sunday, Andrew Bogut. With his debut for the Cavaliers, he totally, within 58 seconds of the game, he broke his leg, his tibia actually.
Yikes.
So now that I feel like that might influence them just a little bit because him coming to the Cavaliers was going to be huge. They have LeBron James, they have Kyrie Irving, and then Andrew Bogut, he adds the height to the team, but now. He's done.
Yeah, so
he's not playing anymore this season.
A lot of big-time injuries in the NBA this time of year, and this is where things really get going for the NBA. Teams are starting to clinch playoff spots. The Spurs did this past week, so a lot going on there. We'll keep you updated with the playoffs coming up. Obviously, a fun time of the year. And And then kind of an interesting time of the year for the NFL as we change gears a little bit here.
Yep.
You're thinking, why are you talking about football in March, right? Not a whole lot of football goes on in March, but the league year starts for the NFL this week. So
There are
actually
free
today,
agents and-
exactly, today teams can start negotiating with free agents. On Thursday, they can actually ink the paper, sign the contracts, and actually change teams. So very interesting. The Jaguars are making some moves. They cut cornerback Devon House yesterday, and then we'll keep you updated on what kind of moves they bring. Some new staff members this year, Tom Coughlin bringing in. So it'll be interesting to see how their philosophy changes with a new guy like Tom Coughlin here.
I mean, new old Tom Coughlin. He's not the head coach anymore, but he's on the coaching staff. Everything goes through him. So I think this will be really influential for the Jaguars in this upcoming season because he was the most winningest coach they've ever had. So with him being back, I think it's going to influence them positively. And we'll see what happens with who they acquire for their team.
Yeah, we'll definitely keep you updated on who they get, what moves they make next time on Center Court. 2 weeks,
real quick,
we'll give you all the updates.
Honorable mention, I have to, for UConn's women, Katie Lou Samuelson. She broke an NCAA record the other night, and she hit 10 straight three-point shots in a row.
Holy cow.
Yeah.
Quite the night. A good night for her.
Chef Curry, Steph Curry. There you go.
There you go. UConn women's basketball can't do anything wrong.
No,
Unfortunately, we're out of time here on Center Court. Wish we had more time. But that'll wrap up this episode of Center Court on Spinnaker Television. Don't forget to pick up our Spinnaker Osprey Basketball Edition next Wednesday, March 15th. We'll take a look at a great season for the UNF Ospreys.
Plus, we'll have another in-depth report on the historical and influential career of the legendary Osprey, Dallas Moore. So sad to see him go, but let us know what you thought of the show. Send us your comments at centercourt@unfspinnaker.com or on Twitter. You can tweet me at MadisonMcKellC.
Hey, and my Twitter is Lovelace_Jake. So thanks for tuning in on this edition of Center Court. We hope to see you next time for all your sports updates.